Welcome to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, as Dallas and I are here to announce our next big move, biggest move we've ever made for Revival Today. Behind me is a building that will look nothing like it looks right now when we finish. We're on just under 5 acres of property that we've just finished purchasing, which is going to give us the ability to have a state-of-the-art studio. And in that studio, something I've wanted to have for a long time, which is a live studio audience. It's going to be a 500-seat building when we finish with it that'll give us the ability to touch the world with our broadcasts. This facility is going to give me the ability to do what I've really missed, which is having you in the audience to minister to personally. Obviously, you can't beat the reach of digital media. We touch the whole world every day, but we have the ability now with this to lay hands on people, pray for people that are sick, a place where you can bring people that are drug addicted, demonized, and really give them the ministry that you can't get on YouTube and Facebook. I can't wait. And then beyond that, we're going to announce the launch of Revival Today Church. We're going to hold Holy Ghost church services every Sunday morning. I'll be there most Sunday mornings. This isn't going to be like some little side project. We're going to give you and your family a place you can go that's a soul-winning church that values the presence of God, where you can get prayed for and ministered to, where there's not a critical race theory lecture or a mask and social distancing 10 minutes of no talking to anybody in the lobby. None of that. We're going to have a place where you're free and where you're free to experience the presence of God.
I'm incredibly excited because I know a lot of you have been asking about different meetings and events that we couldn't have during COVID, and trust me, we tried so hard. So this really frees us up to do everything that we want to do with healing meetings and women's conferences. So I am so looking forward to seeing you and having you be a part of this.
So I want to give you a twofold call to action. Number one, if your church turned in to a liberal nightmare in 2020 and you need a place to go, I would be happy to have you at our church. Number two, if you are a partner or a friend of our ministry, Revival Today, this is the biggest move by far we've ever made. By the time we finish remodeling that building, the acquiring of the property, you're looking at a couple of M's. So if you would stand with us now, I'll say thank you ahead of time. Pray and ask the Holy Ghost what He would have you to do. You've been so generous, and I thank you ahead of time for your extreme generosity. I know I speak on behalf of my wife, everybody here at Revival Today, when I say we love you very much. And now I can say I look forward to seeing you face to face here at the new home of Revival Today.
Hey.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Check the Market. Angie, Christophorus, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing today? And the markets are open. Ding, 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 ding. Let me check where they're at. Why is this not refreshing? Oh, there we go. Markets are down. Look at that again for a second day. This is very sad. Stock futures fall slightly as investors await Fed minutes. Good morning, Ram DaCosta. Welcome. Thanks for watching. Joe, Michael, good morning. We just went positive on the NASDAQ. Now waiting for the other two indices to go positive. To the moon. DOGE is the new Bitcoin. Is it? We'll find out today. Yeah! Good morning, Bethany Franz. Thank you for watching. Make sure you share the broadcast with all your friends, family, everyone. And we'll get into it. This morning, let's see the first article. China wants to curb excessive incomes and get the rich to contribute more to society. So China became, I guess you would call it, semi-free market socialism over the past couple of years, past couple of decades. And now we're going back to straight communism. China wants to curb excessive incomes and get the rich to contribute more to society. Priska from the Netherlands, welcome. Welcome to all my fellow Europeans. Patrick Monks from Maryland. Thanks for watching. Got some news on China here. I saw this morning. Let's see the article. President Xi Jinping, or Winnie the Pooh, has voiced the idea of common prosperity, calling on the country's authorities to take the necessary steps to support moderate wealth for all. So there you have it. China is going full communist. Common prosperity. Also starts with a C, just like communism. The Chinese president led a meeting on Tuesday that called for a reasonable adjustment of excessive incomes, except for his own, and encouraging high-income groups and businesses to return more to society. And by encouraging, he means strongly encouraging. The state-run People's Daily reports, as quoted by CNBC. Chinese officials who attend the meeting reportedly specified that progress toward equal distribution would occur in stages. So there you have it. Equal distribution. That's what they want in China. It was just a matter of time before this came out. When he started cracking down on all those companies, on Bitcoin and freedom and decentralized finance, this is where it was all heading. Equal distribution. Considering that raising taxes on high-income groups and capital returns may curb investment and potentially lead to capital outflows, the Chinese government will not completely ignore the impact of redistribution policies on the economy, said Yu Su, principal economist at the Economist Intelligence Unit, adding that the government should be pragmatic in its implementation. She expects privatization to slow in public services, including medical care, care for the elderly, and education, which is also three areas where they have been cracking down. Continue. The latest data published by Paris School of Economics professor Thomas Piketty back in 2019 revealed that income inequality among China's 1.4 billion population has been growing over the past decades. The top 10% reportedly earned 41% of national income in 2015, up from 27% in the late 1970s. Meanwhile, the lower earning share of the population has reportedly dropped to nearly 15%, down from about 27% in 1978. Last year, Beijing announced that the ruling Chinese Communist Party had eliminated extreme poverty in the country. During the latest meeting, Chinese leaders pledged some additional steps to bolster economic growth. However, solving long-term economic problems, including a buildup of debt or risks in the vast real estate market, is reportedly more prioritized than the growth issue. Finance is the core of the modern economy, with ties to development and security, she said. It must follow the principles of marketization and the rule of law and coordinate the prevention and resolution of major financial risks. Continue. That's it. So there you have it. Xi Jinping taking China back to full-on communism. Good morning, Gerald. Ethereum is crashing. Let's take a look. Cryptos were not doing so hot this morning. Oh, yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. Stephen Baines from South Africa. Welcome, Rom. That's what she said. He said that's what she said, but instead of she, it's she, XI, as in the president of China. That's pretty good. That was a good one, Ram. I'm going to use that one and not give you any credit. Crypto advice. What kind of crypto advice do you need? Here's my advice. Hold to the moon. Continue. Who would win? We went over this yesterday. Michael Burry from The Big Short. Cathie Wood. Generally bearish, generally bullish. Right one time, right many times. Featured in a movie, featured in Wall Street Bets. Shorted Tesla, fund is Tesla. Bearish on Bitcoin, bullish on Bitcoin. Inflation due to overprinting. Inflation due to supply chain issues, transitory. Who is going to win? This is the UFC ticket here for today. I would hold Ethereum, Bitcoin, the ones I'm holding, Ethereum, Bitcoin, XRP, XLM, and Cardano. If you're up on some of them, if you don't feel comfortable, what I sometimes do is I just take my initial investment back off the table and then let everything else just ride all my gains. That's if you'd feel more comfortable with that. Next. Ford wants customers to order cars online, not drive them off the lots. Decision comes amidst looming computer chip shortages, which are slowing production and raising costs of vehicles. See the article? Good morning, Stock Market Samurai. Welcome. Ford Motor Company wants to put you in a new car in 6 to 8 weeks. In a shift in the way it sells vehicles, Ford plans to do a bigger portion of its sales by having buyers order from the factory and wait, rather than pick from the selection available at the dealership. Company executives say efforts to shift more of Ford's auto retailing operations to a so-called build-to-order model, where people custom order online and take delivery at the dealership, would help cut inventory costs for the company and its dealers. It will also help Ford to deliver more vehicles that customers specifically want, while weeding out the hard-to-sell models that end up collecting dust at dealerships and lead to profit-sapping discounts, they say. So they don't want to give out any discounts. Ethereum, Bitcoin, Doge. I really like XRP, and I also like XLM. So if you want to research those and see if that's something that you'd want to invest in. Yeah, I believe. Chip shortage, I don't know. There's a shortage of everything right now. I was trying to get a cheesy gordita crunch yesterday at Taco Bell. After a good meeting at church, you gotta head to Taco Bell. You know what I mean? And so they said that they couldn't make it because the flatbread that goes around the cheesy gordita crunch they were out of. I have never had that happen at Taco Bell. Taco Bell has never been out of anything when I've been there. So I'm getting a little suspicious here. Well, let's see the article. The approach, which was outlined to Wall Street in July, is being implemented now, is a departure from the way vehicles have been sold by car companies and dealers in the US. While dealers and analysts see potential benefits, they also flag risks, notably the prospect of losing market share if shoppers who aren't willing to wait simply go elsewhere. That's what customers do now. Customers like immediate satisfaction, said Don Johnson, who ran General Motor Company's US sales operation early last decade and now advises auto companies on their retail strategies. The nagging computer chip shortage that has disrupted global car production this year already has pushed Ford and other automakers in this direction. Dealership lots are so bare that shoppers had little choice but to order their new vehicles and then wait, sometimes for months, to take delivery. While this approach is the norm in Europe, it is unfamiliar to American car shoppers who are accustomed to picking a vehicle from rows of shiny sheet metal and driving it home that day. I haven't heard of those cryptos. I'm gonna have to take a look into those. Wow. Yeah, fridges, same thing. There is a huge amount of demand, and everybody shut down and sold off their inventories because people were still buying even last year, and everybody sold off their inventories, and now they can't get their inventories back because all companies were working on this what's it called, like just-in-time inventory, where they keep, minimum amounts, and then things come from the factory. But if factories in China shut down and ports shut down, there's no way to get the product. Can you get the app, can you get Uphold, or is that just, does Canada not allow you to invest in XRP? Because there might be some other ways. If you get the app Uphold, that's where I buy XRP, because there's a lot of platforms in the US that won't let you invest in XRP either. Yeah, I think that's another reason for, it is a big reason for inflation, because there's a demand, and huge demand always drives up prices. All right, next article. Mark Cuban says Dogecoin is the strongest cryptocurrency as a medium of exchange. Elon Musk. I've been saying this for a while. Bethany, are you okay? Or is Melindy playing with your phone? Yeah, for real. Blink once if you're okay, Bethany. Uphold or Qcoin? Yeah, Qcoin too. That I use that one. Oh, that was Melindy. Okay, I figured. All right, next article. California drought takes toll on world's top almond producer. I just wanted to bring up this article because if we hear about an almond shortage here in the near future, which I'm not going to be very happy about because it's one of my favorite snacks. California produces about 80% of all almonds in the world. Let's see it. Yeah, he only has $494 in Doge. But it's the greatest means of exchange. If you're a billionaire, you only have $400 and $500 in Doge and you're trying to pump it, there's obviously a problem. He needs to get in. He needs to, like, put his money where his mouth is and seriously invest if he thinks it's a better thing of exchange. That's right. Time to stock up on almonds and XRP. Let's see the article. As temperatures recently reached triple digits, farmer Joel DeBosque inspected the almonds in his parched orchard in California's agriculture-rich San Joaquin Valley. I hope I said that right. Where a deepening drought threatens one of the state's most profitable crops. DeBosque doesn't have enough water to properly irrigate his almond orchards, so he's practicing deficit irrigation, providing less water than the trees need. He left a third of his farmland unplanted to save water for the nuts. He may pull 100 of his 600 acres of almond trees after the late summer harvest, years earlier than planned. We may have to sacrifice one of them at the end of the year if we feel that we don't have enough water next year. They're also not doing a very good job with water management in California. They never have. I heard and I don't know, anybody who's from California can confirm this, I guess. I heard a story on a podcast I was listening to that some guy was trying to build a house on a 5-acre plot that he bought somewhere near the beach there in California, and he had to do a 6-month environmental study on the birds that lived on his property before he was able to get permits for his house. Incredible. So if that's the way they manage their water, then I'm not surprised that farmers in California are struggling. Next article. Crypto is 95% fraud, hype, noise, and confusion, says Fed's Neil Kashkari. He obviously doesn't understand. He doesn't get it. Let's see the article. The central banker said he doesn't see any use case for Bitcoin, the world's #1 crypto, and referred to the broader digital asset sector as one that is largely tied to fraud and hype. You're tied to fraud and hype. Cryptocurrency is 90% fraud, hype, noise, and confusion, Kashkari said, speaking at the Pacific Northwest Economical Regional Annual Summit in Big Sky, Montana. Bitcoin prices were at $44,933. Does that look like hype or a fraud to you? Oh, please. Meanwhile, Ether on Ethereum blockchain was changing hands at $3,069. Crypto has gained traction among institutional investors in 21, but is still viewed as speculative and highly risky trade compared with traditional markets. Kashkari also offered some of his views on monetary policy plans, noting that he still sees a lot of slack in the US labor market and suggesting that he might need a couple of more strong jobs reports before he's inclined to support a push to scale back the central bank's monthly purchases of $120 billion in treasuries. The Minneapolis Fed president comments come amid growing talk about the timing of pulling back the Fed's COVID-era accommodations and eventually raising interest rates as the economy attempts a recovery from the pandemic. Next. There he is.
Hey, Toby, you suck!
Next. I'd like a refund for all the capital gains taxes that went to giving the Taliban free Black Hawk helicopters. I agree. All that military hardware that you and I paid for, now in the hands of terrorists. Next. Target clobbers Q2 earnings estimates, reveals new $15 billion stock buyback plan. Let's see where Target's at this morning. And they're down. But they're up a little bit from where they were. Oh, huge drop there. Well, not that big. Let's see the article. Target delivered solid results for the second quarter, thanks to my wife, and joins a select few retailers, namely rival Walmart, in saying the COVID-19 Delta variant hasn't led to a marked sales slowdown for all the important back-to-school shopping seasons, even as consumer confidence has begun to wane. All right, so here we have Chairman CEO saying some things. Let's get to the meat of things. Net sales, $25.16 billion versus $24.51. Comparable sales, up 8.9% versus 8.2%. Better than Walmart. Gross profit margin, 30.4% versus 30.5%, so a little lower. Operating margin, 9.8% versus 9.1%, a little higher. And earnings per share, $3.64 versus $3.48. So pretty good. Congratulations, Target. Next. Dr. Patel, he's got a CFA, he's a chartered financial analyst. How is it that when the stock market is up, all my stocks are down? And when the stock market is down, all my stocks are also down. Have you tried shutting off the stock market and turning it back on again? That would be solid advice, actually. Next. TJ Maxx owner receives sales boost as customers return to stores. Just a couple months ago, everybody's saying e-commerce is the new wave, that people aren't going to go back to stores, but people like shopping. Let's see the article. TJX companies on Wednesday beat market estimates for quarterly net sales as the easing of COVID-19 curbs promoted Americans' return to brick-and-mortar stores ahead of the reopening of schools. Off-price retailers, including TJX's TJ Maxx, Burlington, weathered a tough 2020 when the pandemic accelerated. Open-only same-store sales at Marmaxx, which includes US TJ Maxx and Marshall stores, soared 18% from pre-pandemic levels 2 years ago, while its home goods segment kept up its strong run during the health crisis, posting a 36% jump. Man, it's a pretty good jump. Continue. Big box chain Target Corp also said apparel benefited from an early start to the back-to-school season in the second quarter. Analysts have said that even apparel sellers that bought a lot of inventory have been left with several empty shelves, as students have been splurging on new tops, trousers ahead of their return to brick-and-mortar schools and colleges. TJX said open-only same-store sales for the start of the third quarter were up mid-teen percentage from the third quarter of fiscal 2020. The company's second quarter net sales rose 81% to $12.08 billion from a year earlier, above estimates of $11.04 billion. Excluding items, TJX earned 79 cents per share, beating the estimate of 57 cents. So TJX is up. Let's see where they're at right now. TJX. And they're up about 1/3%. Next. Delta variant hasn't changed consumer behavior, Walmart CFO. Let's see the article. Despite Delta variant beginning to weigh on consumer confidence and spending plans, the world's largest retailer, Walmart, says consumer behavior remains stable. We are not seeing a major shift in consumer behaviors at this point. Big said the drivers of consumer spending in recent quarters, a high savings, high savings rate and rebounding jobs market remain intact and are helping to fuel Walmart sales. Biggs added that the back-to-school shopping season has started strong. So he says that the Delta variant is not causing any concern for them. Next. And next article. Here we go. Dogecoin is Bitcoin now. there we have it. Look at me. Dogecoin is Bitcoin now.
You must be new or something, man. We the best, man.
So hold on to your Dogecoin and buy more because we're going to the moon. Next. Palantir bought 50 million in gold bars in August as cash pile grows. So Palantir is looking for some safety and security there. Let's see the article. While some companies such as Tesla are diversifying into Bitcoin, data analytics software company Palantir is betting on gold. Palantir bought 50 million in gold bars in August, the company disclosed in its latest earnings statement. The move reflects a growing company stashing cash in an unconventional asset in response to economic uncertainty spurred by the coronavirus pandemic and government's response to it. The price of an ounce of gold crossed the 2,000 mark for the first time last year as the pandemic worsened and U.S. government stimulus efforts continued. This year, investors have more loudly voiced concerns about inflation, and gold is sometimes viewed as a hedge against inflation, although prices are down 7% for the year. Some investors have thought cryptocurrencies might also serve that role. Continue. During August 21, the company purchased 50.7 million in 100-ounce gold bars. Wow, those are some big gold bars. Palantir said in the August 12th earnings statement for its fiscal second quarter, such purchase will initially be kept in a secure third-party facility located in the northeastern United States. Well, now they told us where it is. And the company is able to take physical possession of the gold bars stored at the facility at any time with reasonable notice. We'll see. Palantir did not respond to a request for comment on the investment. Continue. That's right, gold, silver, and XRP, and almonds. After completing a direct listing and debuting on the New York Stock Exchange in September, Palantir is now debt-free. The company's finance chief Dave Glazer told analysts on a conference call last week, revenue has accelerated for 2 consecutive quarters, with 20 new customers joining in the fiscal second quarter. Continue. Palantir is investing to grow, bringing on more than 100 salespeople in the past 2 quarters. So they brought on 100 salespeople and made 20 sales. Looks like somebody needs to call Grant Cardone for his super sales plan. And plans... What's that? And plans call for hiring to continue at a fast pace. The company remains unprofitable as it was a privately held company. Meanwhile, its supply of cash has been increasing, in part thanks to stock issuance and proceeds from the exercise of stock options. Who else is invested in Palantir? I know I am. Continue. That's it? Wow, okay. Are you sure? Oh, for that article. Oh, I mean, I thought you meant that's it. Next article. U.S. stock futures point to consolidation ahead of Fed minutes. Let's see where the market's at right now. Are we still down? Yes, we are. Nope, slightly up on the S&P and slightly up on the NASDAQ. The Dow, oh, we're fairly flat. The Dow's only down 22 points now. Let's see the article. On Tuesday, the Dow fell 282 points, or 0.8%, while the S&P declined 0.7%, retreating from record levels after data showed larger than expected drop in July retail sales. So what's driving the market? Minutes of the Federal Reserve's July 27th through 28th policy meeting are due at 2 p.m. Eastern and will be combed for clues to the timing of when the central bank will lay out a timetable for tapering its monthly asset purchases. News reports earlier this week said policymakers were nearing an agreement to begin scaling back purchases by November, with the Wall Street Journal reporting some policymakers were looking to end purchases by mid-22. A formal announcement on tapering is expected at either next week's Symposium on Monetary Policy in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Well, that sounds like a nice vacation. Or the Fed's September meeting. So that's what I guess everybody has jitters about the Fed. I don't understand why they always get so nervous. Next. And next article. Crypto asset management market will exceed $9 billion by 2030. Study. Let's see the article. The cryptocurrency asset management market will grow to $9.4 billion by 2030, according to a new report from Allied Market Research. It was $670 million in 2020. The increase projected by the report equates to a compound annual growth rate of 30% from 21 to 2030. Allied Market Research sees the COVID-19 pandemic as a driving force behind the adoption of a cloud-based crypto asset management by banks and other institutions, increased digitization of financial services, surging investments in crypto, and access to easier ways of purchasing crypto assets will fuel growth throughout the remainder of the decade, Allied said. So it looks like Allied doesn't think that crypto's a fraud like our friend, the Fed president from Minneapolis. It'll grow to $9 billion by 2030. I would like to see their faces too when somebody, when they try to collect those gold bars and they say, well, you can't because they're not there. Next. Here we go. We are here at that phone right there that you had to carry 5 batteries with you to make one phone call. And then right there where we have the first iPhone, that's where you switch to XRP. And then you take XRP to $589. That's what I like to see right there. Just a reminder, this is not investment advice. This is just a meme. Next. Binance appoints former U.S. Treasury enforcer to anti-money laundering role. See the article? Binance took another step in its efforts to assuage heightened regulatory scrutiny by naming a former U.S. Treasury enforcement investigator as its global money laundering reporting officer. CEO Changpeng CZ Zhao has indicated that similarly senior hires are to follow. So it looks like they're trying to get ahead of tax, money laundering, and all those other financial crimes by hiring investigators so that they don't get investigated. Pretty smart. Let's go over our stocks to research for today, since I didn't go over it yesterday. And for the low, we have Dow, D-O-W. Dow Inc. is a global chemical company that produces and distributes various chemical products, including chemicals, packagings, and coating. It's off its 52-week high of $71 at $63 to $64. I'm pretty sure they took a hit yesterday, probably. So they might be down even lower. Let's take a look here. 60.57 is where they're at. They've got a dividend around 4.4%. Earnings have been pretty good lately, although income growth has been a little sluggish since 2019. It has a book value PE ratio that is well below the industry mean and could be considered inexpensive. Shouldn't have any problem. Oh, we already went over that, I think. I was on the wrong one. Low XLP. Consumer Staples Sector SPDR Fund. The investment seeks to provide investment results that track the Consumer Staples Select Sector Index. This includes food and staples retailing, household products, food products, beverages, and personal products. More defensive fund. Returns on average since inception have been around 6.89% annually. This fund has a large amount of value stocks that we have seen more banks and funds invest in over the past couple of weeks. Also has a 2.39% dividend yield. Medium stock to research, MDLZ, Mondelez International, one of the world's largest snack companies with brands like Cadbury, Milka, Toblerone, Oreo, Trident Gum, and Halls. More defensive position in consumer staples. They had earnings in range with estimates, which caused the stocks to go down slightly. Currently trading around $64. If I bought into this today, I would like to see a short-term return of around 7 to 10% before I sold it. So around $70. Ratios are in line with industry averages. This company is a little more risky, but might be a pretty good buy since more companies are becoming a little more defensive in their investments. Also has a 2.2% dividend yield. And the high risk for today is Talk, T-A-L-K, Talkspace, a digital and virtual behavioral healthcare company. Company is basically an online company for psychological help and therapy. They deliver their services through their mobile and web platforms. During the most recent quarter, almost $51 million of shares have been bought by insiders of the company. It has positive momentum and has come off its 52-week high at 1245 to 547. Where's it at right now? Talk, T-A-L-K. It's at 524. I'm looking at this company a little more, quite curious why the large amount of insider buying. Has recently had a big earnings miss and tanked that's what tanked the price. Fundamentals are not available in great detail. The company just had a listing through an SPAC. Multiple analysts have price targets for this company over the $10 range. So I'm going to research that one a little more. But the high risk is Talk, T-A-L-K. So if you want to take a look at that one. Then yesterday we had a question about coffee stocks. So I looked into it because I was interested to see if there's any coffee stocks that are listed on the exchanges, and there's not a whole lot of just plain coffee stocks. So there's the biggest ones that I found, or the ones with the most information, were Nestle, NSRGY, Keurig Dr. Pepper, KDP, Starbucks, SBX, McDonald's, MCD, and Dunkin', DNKN. Those are the big coffee stocks. There might be some over-the-counter ones or pink sheet stocks in coffee companies that I haven't found yet, but that's what I found for coffee stocks. So if you're interested in investing in coffee, Nestle, Keurig Dr. Pepper, Starbucks, McDonald's, Dunkin', and also Smuckers, JM Smuckers. I think it's JSM? I'm not sure. Let me take a look. SJM. JM Smucker Company is one of the biggest coffee companies. I think they own Folgers. So there you have it. Low XLP, medium MDLZ, and high Talk. And if you would like to invest in Revival today and everything that we do here, investing in the kingdom of God is always one of the best investments that you can make. You can do so by #donate on Facebook. You can text RT to 50155. You can Cash App us at $RTGive or Venmo at RTGive, revivaltoday.com/PayPal, or you can give by cryptocurrency by scanning that code right there that they're going to put on the screen. Or you can go to revivaltoday.com/give. If you'd like to give any other cryptocurrency other than the ones that are listed if you scan that code, you can contact our office, 412-446-2332. Or you can also send us a check, Revival Today, P.O. Box 7, Prosperity, Pennsylvania, 15329. And then don't forget to claim your offer, which is this week our t-shirt, our Check the Market t-shirt. There you have it. Nice t-shirt to show everybody you're a super fan. And we'll send that to you for your donation of any amount. And this weekend in Merritt Island, Florida, Evangelist Jonathan's going to be holding meetings at Destiny Church Friday and Saturday at 7 p.m. and Sunday at 10:30 a.m. and at 7 p.m. at Destiny Church in Merritt Island, Florida. So if you're anywhere in that region, or even South Carolina, North Carolina, it's not too far of a drive to Merritt Island, Alabama, or if you live in the Caribbean, just get on your speedboat and head on over to Merritt Island, Florida. Don't forget to tune in for our Revival Today live broadcast at 11 a.m. with Evangelist Jonathan Oradalis, and then at 4 p.m. with Miss Maddie Ortiz. And then tonight at 10 p.m., check the news. And tomorrow morning at 7:30, morning prayer with Evangelist Kofi. Make sure you tune in for those. We got great content. And thanks everybody for watching. Thank you, Bob. And Lyric, you have a great day too. Thanks for hanging out, checking the market with me. Where are we at? Are we positive yet? Take a quick look here. And we're on the NASDAQ and S&P, but not on the Dow. So it looks like everybody's still waiting for those Fed minutes at 2 p.m. And we'll report on that tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow.